A very good afternoon to all of you, and welcome back again to this 12th online session on principle of marketing. It's almost, I would say, the last session, online session for the 6th module which we have discussed, right? And the remaining 3 sessions, in all of you must be aware that we are going to have 15 total online session for this particular subject, that is principle of marketing. This is the 12th, as I mentioned just now. And in this 12th session, all this 12th session we have tried to cover all these 6 modules, right? We have tried to cover all these 6 modules totally in total, but few of the portion I have deliberately left for all of you to go through the study material we have already supplied to you. It's already there with you. Go through it, and in case you have doubt, then as I said earlier, we are going to discuss all this thing in the remaining 3 lectures. Apart from the case studies which we are going to solve on these 3 units, which are going to be what? Which are going to be units on, just a second. So, as I was saying, we are going to discuss 3 case studies related to Unit 4, 5 and 6. Those will be very small case studies. Probably, I think we'll be able to cover 2 case studies in 1 hour session, because reading out the case study, then finding out what are the problem areas or problem identification we call it, we'll be discussing on that. So 3 sessions are entirely committed to case studies for Unit 4, 5th and 6th. And there itself you can come out with whatever doubts and queries you have, right? So I think I have already clarified this, but doubts and queries, I am always open for all sort of your doubts, your difficulties, whatever you have. Now coming back to our today's session, welcome back again, and we are here to discuss today a new product development. All of you can recall we have earlier covered product life cycle. I hope all of you can recall it. In fact, I do have one slide committed to product life cycle, because this particular unit has something to do with product life cycle. Can somebody answer this question? What this particular topic has to do with product life cycle? Because we have seen few things in product life cycle. If you are able to recall or remember whatever we have discussed in product PLC, अपन जिसको बोलते थे, इसमें ये न्यू प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट कहाँ आता है? Exactly, it starts before introduction stage. See, unless and until the company come out with a new product, it cannot introduce that product. So in fact, PLC, I'll just take you to the slide also. Yeah, here actually we discuss about introduction, growth, maturity and decline. New product development is something over here where profit is negative, sales maybe initial just pilot sale may take place just to take the trial of that product, but profit is 0 because you are investing in the product, right? That's why this I will be discussing on this particular slide also. But before we go ahead with our further discussion, before we discuss about the definition, let us take a look at one of the video which I have particularly selected for all of you. Just a moment. Let me find out. Yeah, here it is, that video. Okay. So this particular video talks about product NPD, also it is called new product development. So we'll take a look at this particular thing, and at the end again we'll be discussing, we'll be taking a look at this video, because initially most of the thing you might not recognize or might not know what exactly this video is talking about, because you are entirely new to this topic. But why I'm showing this video? So that you get a brief idea of what exactly we are going to discuss in our today's session. So let us take a look at this video.
Explore the wonderful world of market research. I'm Jeremy, and in this series we'll explore the wonderful world of market research to help you better understand it, use it, and ultimately grow your business as a result of it. In this video, we'll explain how consumer research can help you nail your new product development. What is new product development? Put simply, new product development, sometimes called NPD, is the process businesses go through to bring a new or updated product or feature to market. The most successful product launches are the ones that incorporate the needs of consumers from the start. Always on iterative consumer research, what we do here at Attest is super useful for this. So what are the different stages of the new product development process? At Attest, we talk about the 9-step NPD process. Don't worry, we won't bamboozle you with too much detail about each step right now, but here's a quick rundown to give you an idea about what your NPD process might look like. Step 1. Discovery. You'll want to start your NPD process by figuring out what problems you're trying to solve. You might have a hunch about what your consumers want, or perhaps you're starting from scratch. Either way, this is the stage in which you'll discover what's next on your product horizon. Step 2. Idea generation and evaluation. Having done your discovery work, you should have a much clearer picture of where any gaps in the Jeremy, and in this
all you have to remember and recall is the terminology. That is important. That's why I'm showing you this video.
Series will explore the wonderful world of market, and in this series we'll explore the wonderful world of market research to help you better understand it, use it, and ultimately grow your business as a result of it. In this video, we'll explain how consumer research can help you nail your new product development. What is new product development? Put simply, new product development, sometimes called NPD, is the process businesses go through to bring a new or updated product or feature to market. The most successful product launches are the ones that incorporate the needs of consumers from the start. Always on iterative consumer research, what we do here at Attest is super useful for this. So what are the different stages of the new product development process? At Attest, we talk about the 9-step NPD process. Don't worry, we won't bamboozle you with too much detail about each step right now, but here's a quick rundown to give you an idea about what your NPD process might look like. Step 1. Discovery. You'll want to start your NPD process by figuring out what problems you're trying to solve. You might have a hunch about what your consumers want, or perhaps you're starting from scratch. Either way, this is the stage in which you'll discover what's next on your product horizon. Step 2. Idea generation and evaluation. Having done your discovery work, you should have a much clearer picture of where any gaps in the market are. With this knowledge, you can start coming up with new ideas and see how they compare with others. Step 3. Concept testing. Now it's time to get your ideas in front of some actual consumers. By testing your concepts with real people, you'll find out which ones will be worth pursuing and which to abandon. Don't worry if your preferred concept ends up getting the boot. That's why you do testing, to find out which products will resonate with your audience. Step 4. Market analysis. Once you know which of your concepts is popular with consumers, you should find out how successful it's likely to be in the market. Here, you'll analyze similar products and find out the potential size of your market. Combining market analysis along with your concept testing data should tell you which demographics show the highest purchase intent for your product. Step 5. Product prototyping and testing. Now you're down to the one product you're going to develop and actually market. It's time to work out the details. What would it look like? What features will it have? How will it function? These are some of the questions you should be able to answer at the end of your prototyping and testing stage. Step 6. Positioning and packaging testing. Having a useful and appealing product is only half the battle. Now you must work out how you're going to present it to the world. This includes positioning, messaging, and packaging if it's needed, and consumer research plays an important role in this. Step 7. Commercialization. This is where you'll push your product into production, using all the insights you've learned up to this point. You'll source suppliers, lock in distribution models, and balance the overall budget for your product development. Step 8. Product launch. This is what you've been building up to. This is when you launch your fantastic new product into the market. You can also take this opportunity to pat yourself on the back. Step 9. Track success. The hard work doesn't end when your product's out in the market. You'll want to find out how consumers are reacting to your product. From purchase numbers to satisfaction data, this is another perfect point to run some awesome consumer research. As with all forms of consumer research, new product development research may not always give you the answers you expected, but it'll always shed new light on your product or service offering and what potential customers want from you. To learn more about new product development, check out our NPD survey templates in the link in the description.
Yeah, that is all about this NPD, new product development, right? I hope you just got a glimpse of what exactly we're going to talk. I don't want you to follow this video right now. This video will again take a look at the very end of today's session, and then you will follow the entire concept, whatever this particular speaker is talking about, right? Let us go back to our slide. Okay, so NPD, that is what he said. New product development is also called as NPD, and PLC is what? Product lifecycle. Okay, so let us take a bookish definition. Let us see in simple words what exactly is product development. New product development in itself is self-explanatory, right? Coming out with new products. The creation of products with new or different characteristics that offer new or additional benefit to the customers, right? Producing something new. Can anybody give me any example? See, it can be an old example also, where that product was not there in existence and all of a sudden it is there. Maybe because of innovation. There can be numbers of things, because there was a need, right? Because it may be accidental innovation, right? Accidental discovery also you can call it. So any example on this? So here we can break the ice and we can move ahead. Any example of any new product? Anybody? See, there are plenty of examples. Go back a decade back, or maybe more than that. Mobile phone, for example. Earlier they were not there, right? I'm talking about maybe year 2000, right? 1999. So that was a phase when mobiles were being introduced. There were no such thing like Android. Mobiles were there, but Android phones were not there. So once the Android phone were introduced, it was a new product in the market. All of you getting me? Like you have televisions. Earlier it was cathode ray television. The new product was what? LCD, liquidified crystal diodes, right? Now we have LED TVs, right? So this change in technology, maybe it is because of change in technology, you have this new product, or maybe product of different characteristics, something maybe related to your mobile. If the mobile is having a better camera, right, which was not earlier there in any of the mobile phone. If it is having like selfies has got a hype nowadays, it's a buzzword, everybody want to take selfie, right? So if the phone is having a camera which gives you wonderful selfie, which is added feature which was not there earlier, maybe few years back, so it becomes with a different characters. Even that is considered as a new product. A product may not be entirely new, right? It can be a change in the characteristics also. For example, mobile, we have said how mobile has evolved over a period of time. That is evolution as a character. And if you take a new character is being added, or there is a change in the inherent quality of the product, then that can also be taken as new product. So this differentiation you have to keep in your mind. There should not be any confusion, right? New product का मतलब ये नहीं कि all together बहुत ही अलग product आया है, right? Like desktop you can talk about, television I have given you example. Now give me one example on automobiles. It's there everywhere now happening, and all of we are aware about it. These technological changes, particularly I am talking about four-wheelers. Even it is happening with two-wheelers. What are the new products that are being introduced in particularly segment of four-wheelers and two-wheelers? Yes, EVs, right? That is electric vehicle. These are the new product or product with different characteristics. Here you can say the product has remained same, but अंदर क्या change हुआ? Technology change हुआ. Instead of now putting fuel like petrol and diesel in the automobile, you go to a charging station to charge your automobile, right? It can be a two-wheeler as well as four-wheeler. So that is a product, similar product with the different characteristics. So product development may involve modification of existing product. Just now I have given the example of EV, or its presentation, even if you change the style of the product, right? Or formulation of the entire new product that satisfied a newly defined customer's want or market niche. It can be demand from the customer, it can be demand of the government, like pollution control, right? So these automobile companies started working on it so that they give you vehicles which are pollution free, which are economical also, which are cheap, right, in price, in fuel consumption. So they have to take into consideration the customer wants and need, at the same time other factors also. So I hope I am clear with this definition. It's very simple. The product has to have new characteristics. It can be entirely a new product. Okay, examples I have given. Do you have many more such example? If you have, try to put it in the chat box, or you can unmute and talk to me. Fine. Let us move ahead. See, this is another definition. See, what I've talked about is a new product, or maybe there is a change in characteristics. But product development is what? Innovation. Innovation means change in the product, creation of entirely new product. See, here it is talking new product or existing product. Continuous improvement, like mobile phones we are seeing nowadays. कि किसमें better selfie camera है, किसमें some phone have better memory, say storage. So you can utilize this as something like computer. You can store your personal file, which can be downloaded anywhere while you are on the move, right? Even if you are in transit, you need not open up your laptop. Many small things like email and sending documents can be done on the mobile phone itself. Enhancing the utility, just now I have told you, मोबाइल फ़ोन का अगर मैं स्टोरेज बढ़ा देता हूँ, समथिंग सिमिलर टू व्हाट लैपटॉप योर लैप इज हैविंग, सो मे बी द यूटिलिटी ऑफ मोबाइल फोन विल डिफर. पहले मोबाइल्स वेर यूज ओनली टू गिव कॉल एंड रिसीव कॉल, मे बी टू सेंड मैसेज एंड रिसीव SMS, राइट? नाउ यूटिलिटी हैज़ डिफर्ड, यूटिलिटी हैज़ चेंज. मोबाइल्स आर नाउ, in fact many movies have been shot on mobiles only. Few of the channels, news channels are using mobile phones as their what? As their cameras, right? iPhones are good example, then plenty of examples are there. Earlier Sony was there. So they are just carrying the mobile phone, they are shooting the news, right? Because the utility of mobile has changed now. So it can be of any of this thing which can come out with a new product, right? Or else product development can be something like creation and innovation, right, which we have discussed earlier. Okay, just now we have discussed. It can be improvement in the product or enhancement. This is just putting it in a nutshell, all these four things, right? So another probable definition we can talk about is product development refers to the creation of a new product which has some utility or some upgradation of existing products or enhancement of the production process in itself, right? Or methods or system. In simple word, it is all about bringing a change in the present goods or service or the mode of products. Now again, see, talking about product, as I said, product includes goods and service or even idea. This is what we have discussed in our earlier lecture. If you can recall, marketing mix, we always start with product. 7 P's, पहला product होता है. Product में क्या आता है? It's not only physical products. Physical product means goods, which includes the things which we can touch, feel, which we can utilize, and services which are intangible in nature, right? Which cannot be seen, which you have to experience, right? Or the mode of production. The mode of production here they have added this entirely new word कि आपका process जो इसको भी improvement, like process is what? People and process. In P's, 7 P's we have seen process. So this mode of production is process. It may be related to production of goods or it may be related to production of services, delivering the services. Okay, so things are clear up till now. And see, this PPT you need not take down the points. If you want, it is always advised that you jot down the important things, but this PPT will be circulated to all of you, so you can take it handy at the time of examination, because most of the questions will be based around this PPT only, right? And this covers most of the important points. Yeah, here is the graph which we have discussed earlier, if you can remember, if you can recall, right? This particular part we have already studied, right, in what? PLC, that is product life cycle. And here it is, as I started I have explained this, so I need not repeat it again. It's very simple, and here the graph is, the profit is in negative till the time the product start growing. Sales may takes place in product development also, because few trials, the product is pilot tested in the market to know the preferences and to know the exact requirement of the consumers. So sales may takes place, but there is hardly any profit coming out of it. Okay. So let us move further to our next slide, that is identifying the need for product development. Why to develop a new product if your product is performing good? Is there is a reason? Yeah, there are plenty of reasons. Why each company is trying every day they keep on trying. Their R&D department continuously work on it to have new product in the market. The reasons are this, right? Slow or static product growth, pressure to lower the product price, diminishing business from the most valuable customer, decrease in inquiries by prospective customer, rise in sales force turnover, entry of new competitor with innovative product. This is one of the major reason why organization, because they want to be the first to introduce the product. Change in customer demand, like mobile phone again, let us, because everybody is quite familiar and peculiar with the mobile phone. We all use it every day. In fact, you are attending this class, I know most of you will be attending or are attending this class on your handset, right? Maybe you can attempt it on laptop also or desktop also, but mobile we know comes very handy. So everybody wants to have especially mobile, it's a very there's fearsome competition is very tough. So somebody who comes out with a new product and which is really the demand of the customers, then that product is definitely going to pick up, and that product is going to create sort of euphoria in the market, that particular industry, right? So change in customer demand and competitors exit the market. When the competitors exit, we'll be talking about this in the class note. So before I move ahead further, this is our usual practice of discussing our class note also, what exactly I have given in the class note, so that you can emphasize on few of the points and you can just read out the other points, right? So this is the topic, all of you know this, new product development. I won't be discussing on this. Definition we have already discussed. This is the process what we are talking about, right? I'll be going to this particular slide. This is a 8-step process, 8 major steps in new product development: idea generation, idea screening, concept development and testing, marketing strategy development. See, concept development and testing may involve certain sales that may take place. That is what the graph was showing. If you can just recall again the PLC, product life cycle. Business analysis, product development, test marketing and commercialization. We'll be discussing each of these points individually, right? One by one we'll be talking about this. And this is not a new concept. Product development is happening for centuries together, right? For all sort of product, there is always evaluation. Even in we as a human have evolved over a period of time. You all must be knowing. Why I am comparing with human? Because PLC we have compared. And see, product life cycle, this concept has come from what? Humans only. Humans introduction is what? We are born, right? We grow, we mature, that is adulthood, and then we decline, that is die, right? So here also we are going to discuss from evolution from point of view, how the humans have evolved over a period of time. Okay, so this is what I have given. Just go through it. Few examples also I have given, right? Then this is all about the process. Strategies. What are the strategies that are adopted by the organization when they introduce this product, and how do they introduce this product? Whether they make it or they just imitate it. So these are proactive strategies and these are reactive strategies. These are in all 9. 5 of them are proactive, where the organization on themselves try to innovate, try to bring changes in the product, and these are reactive in comparison to the competitors. This is something like defending against competition, responding to the customer request. Why reactive? Because customer has given a negative feedback that they are not able to use that particular product properly. So this is reactive. They'll make the necessary changes based on the feedback and come out with a altogether different product, which we can call as new product development, right? Copy competitors, again, which may not sound ethical, but this is also being done by most of the followers, not the market leader. Market leader is one who comes out with a very unique product which is not altogether there in the market. And copying the competitors, we have plenty of examples. Like copying the design of the car, right? Some automobile has come out with excellent design, copying it, but but finding out the way that you are not caught, legally caught, making few of the changes, right? Something like piracy is entirely copying it, right? But if you make certain changes, if you want to have the ownership, then there are way outs which may be legal, but it may not be ethical in nature, right? So we'll be discussing on that also. So here it is, and these are the strategies which is given here in this figure itself, right? So these strategies we'll be discussing, and then here the conclusion, and as usual the MCQs. Try to solve it. I've deliberately few class notes I have given answer, few class notes I have not given answer, so that I can cross check it out. How many of you are solving it, giving the answers? Giving the answers, I would say all you have to do is just underline whatever is right. The answer is readily available with you. But if the answers are not given, then you are supposed to give the answers, right? Here it is, and these are the references. So this is all about the class note. Now let us move back to our slides. So product, yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's a 8-step process. Usually, see, there's no thumb rule as such. All of a sudden you may come out with something like Eureka, right? Law of Archimedes, right? So something which is innovation, something may be accidental in nature, they do not follow all these 8 steps. But usually R&D department, they usually follow these 8 steps, right? Like idea generation. First thing is why idea generation? Why is it needed? So reasons are given here. Why idea generation? Because of all, maybe any of this factor, or maybe all of the factor, or maybe 2 of these factors. So this leads to idea generation. Idea, because there is a need and there is want from the customer. Maybe if it is the issue that the things are not working the way the manufacturer wanted to work with the customers. So they, based on the feedback, they might like to create an idea about how exactly it will work. Then idea screening. So supposingly you have 5 to 10 ideas, probably from that you would like to trickle down only on 1 or maybe 2, not more than that, because that is going to cost a lot many things to company, because they have to work on those 2 or 3 ideas simultaneously, right? They cannot try it out one by. So best thing is to identify the best idea, right? Concept generation, how this idea will exactly work is tested, laboratory tested, depends on whether it's product or good or services. Like product, as I said, good, services and idea, right? Business analysis, what is happening, internal factor, pest analysis we have already studied, right, in one of our session. That is political, environmental, social and technological analysis of, that is, it includes, this is more of a external analysis. Internal and external analysis is done based on this, it is called as business analysis. After this you develop a product, how good they are, how competitor is working on it. If they are moving very fast and they are far ahead of this, then probably we might curtail down on this analysis part and we might concentrate on the product development directly also. Okay, so taste marketing, even knowing your competitor is part of business analysis. If you just find out externally what exactly is happening in the market, will form the part of your analysis, right? Taste marketing, testing it inside the laboratory and on some few of the samples. It can be the customers also, consumers also, and taste marketing can be like testing it with few particular segment. It can be geographical, it can be demographic also. Commercialization is actual introduction of the product. Commercialization का meaning क्या होता है कि you would like to commercialize, you would like to get whatever registration, whatever license that is required and launch that product in the market. Review market performance. This is what? This is nothing but what? Anybody can give another name to this. Review market performance. And how is it done? Yes, exactly. It is through feedback. Feedback to for whom the product is made. It can be a medical equipment made only for doctors. For example, X-ray machines, right? For example, any testing machines where blood samples are tested. For example, coronavirus kit, right? So if doctor says fine, it's working good, it's giving good results, that is a positive feedback. If the doctors are saying this particular vaccine is not working, then the R&D department, it's a feedback to them, they have to again rework on that product and the entire process will again get repeated. This will take you back to the idea generation. So I hope all of you follow this process. It's very simple. few steps may get accidentally skipped or maybe skipped by the manufacturer themselves because they have a fair idea of business analysis, right? They might do not want to do concept testing because they are aware about the concept what they are working on. They may directly, even idea generation may come out from here itself. Review market performance. तो यहीं से फीडबैक से आपको आइडिया आ गया कि नहीं दिस आर द चेंजेस, immediately you can make those changes, do the test marketing and do the commercialization. I hope the things are clear up till now. Fine, let us move ahead. So this is what I was talking about, the strategies. What are the strategies adopted by the marketers or the manufacturer to launch, to defend themselves or to be there as a new product developer, right? So these are probable strategies. Invest in marketing research, strengthen your R&D as far as possible. That is one of the areas of R&D development. Marketing research, which is directly related to the market. R&D may be a separate department. You have to strengthen both of this particular area or this particular domain. Like invest in market research, right? Invest in R&D development. Invest in entrepreneurship, like startups. You must have heard this word, startups, right? Or entrepreneurship, new business, right? New business model. Startup is a very good example. So you can come out with the idea. You can invite the startups or new entrepreneurs to come out with ideas and say that fine, we will act as a new angel investors. This is the word used. Angel investors are the investors who invest in new ideas, taking into consideration the potential of that particular idea. That idea can be related to creation of goods and services. Make alliances. See, if you don't have all this thing, you just do a tie-up partnership. This is something. Inviting the startups or investing in those startups is nothing but making an alliances, making a partnership. All of you know that. Acquire another organization. Byju's is a very good example, right? If you know you don't have time to create all this thing, maybe this is a very hostile strategy, but this is also followed by most of the professional organization where they know that they don't want to waste time on all this R&D. They don't want to start with the entire product generation process. Do not want to follow all the 8 steps. So what many companies do is they directly go and acquire whatever model they would like to work on because it is already established and they get the ownership. If you follow me, this is more of a strategic management issue which can be discussed in your further subjects, which will definitely come up when company acquire another company or there is acquisition, there is hostile takeover, right? So these are few of the process. These are proactives, right? And these are reactive based on the feedback. Reactive is when will you show the reaction? When you have the feedback, when you know that something is not going good, right? Something is wrong. So all this thing, you just go through the study material, you will get a fair idea about all this thing. And you have doubt, come up. Defend against competition. You try to defend the competition so that you stay on the top. Copy competitors. This is what we have seen just now, and this is something which is similar, but it has been put in the vertical form, right? So new product development success factor. What are the factors which will lead to a successful product development? So here are few of them I have listed. Again, very much self-explanatory. Obviously, the top management support is one of the most primary area where the management has the willingness. They are curious to innovate. They are curious to be on the top, right? So without this support, the R&D department cannot do anything because ultimately they have to follow the instruction given by the top management. If they are very proactive, the management is very proactive, then and then only this new product development is successful. Otherwise, we have seen there are plenty of examples where the business have died altogether because of no change in the product itself. Like Kotak is a very good example. Cameras, right? They didn't change themselves. They tried to stick to their cameras and their roles. Now they are absolutely absolute, and the company's name you cannot see it anywhere. Right? So they didn't adopt it to the new technology, to the digital technology which has come up. So it's a very good example. So the management didn't have the vision also. The management should have vision. They should be able to foresee what is how the technology is changing, what are the customer demands, right? What is the requirement of market, how the competitors are doing, whether your technology is being replaced by altogether new technology. That vision has to be there. Without that vision, this process will not start at all. In fact, forget about 8 step. You won't be going to even idea generation also, because there is no willingness. The management do not feel any need to innovate technology. Your success will also depend on technology. How good you are using the technology, how good your organization in adopting the new technology, how good you have a vision to know how technology is going to grow, particularly talking about your product. EV, we have seen this example. EV is a good example. Now most of the automobile companies, they are trying to move from the traditional diesel and petrol engines to EVs. So technology is nowadays plays a major role in this new product development success. We are talking here is the factors which are related. What are the parameters that will decide whether your product is going to be successful, new product is going to be successful or not. New product development team. Now, where will this team stand? Where they will be working? Can anybody give me answer to this question? What indirectly is another word for this new product development team? Anybody? Yes, R&D, exactly. R&D department, इसको बोलते हैं अपन बोलते हैं, right? R&D department where they actually work, specifically pharmaceutical organization. They have plenty of investment in this department, because the success and failure of the organization depends on this team only. Maybe it may not be true for FMCG products, right? Maybe it will not be exactly true with automobiles. But talking about pharmaceutical organization, the focus is on R&D, because you cannot imitate the product over there. You cannot imitate the competitors. It is not legal, right? Even if you make few changes, because the formulas are patented, it is copyrighted, everything is copyrighted. So you cannot imitate others, right? New product development strategy. How good you are in this strategy, like whether you are adopting a proactive strategy or whether you are adopting a reactive strategy. Okay, is it okay up till now? Just we'll take a break for 1 minute and just let me know if you have any doubt and queries. या तुम्ही माझ्या स्टेशन मध्ये या तुम्ही 5 मिनिट तिथे थांबा मी तुम्हाला बोलतो so no doubt up till now, everything is clear and fine. Okay, so just a moment. Let me take you see all this thing, market orientation, that is part of business analysis. New product development, how good you are able to follow the product development process, the speed which your particular department is able to come out, because that is again nowadays very important, because everybody is in hurry, and if you are late, then that will lead to a big blunder and failure, right? So this is all up for today's session. I hope the things are clear. I tried to touch on this area, and in coming next 3 sessions we'll be having a case studies, small case studies. We'll be trying to cover 2 or more in each of the session, and after this the 15th lecture will be the last lecture for this online session on principles of marketing. Okay, so before this, as I said, we are again going to see the video which I have shown you at the start. Now let us find out whether you understand it better now or not, right? Just a moment, because now you should be able to follow that video, this particular video, properly, right? So here we start.
To understand it, use it, and ultimately grow your business as a result of it. In this video, in this series, we'll explore the wonderful world of market research to help you better understand it, use it, and ultimately grow your business as a result of it. In this video, we'll explain how consumer research can help you nail your new product development. What is new product development? Put simply, new product development, sometimes called NPD, is the process businesses go through to bring a new or updated product or feature to market. The most successful product launches are the ones that incorporate the needs of consumers from the start. Always on, iterative consumer research, what we do here at Attest, is super useful for this. So what are the different stages of the new product development process? At Attest, we talk about the 9-step NPD process. Don't worry, we won't bamboozle you with too much detail about each step right now, but here's a quick rundown to give you an idea about what your NPD process might look like. Step 1, discovery. You'll want to start your NPD process by figuring out what problems you're trying to solve. You might have a hunch about what your consumers want, or perhaps you're starting from scratch. Either way, this is the stage in which you'll discover what's next on your product horizon. Step 2, idea generation and evaluation. Having done your discovery work, you should have a much clearer picture of where any gaps in the market are. With this knowledge, you can start coming up with new ideas and see how they compare with others. Step 3, concept testing. Now it's time to get your ideas in front of some actual consumers. By testing your concepts with real people, you'll find out which ones will be worth pursuing and which to abandon. Don't worry if your preferred concept ends up getting the boot. That's why you do testing, to find out which products will resonate with your audience. Step 4, market analysis. Once you know which of your concepts is popular with consumers, you should find out how successful it's likely to be in the market. Here, you'll analyze similar products and find out the potential size of your market. Combining market analysis along with your concept testing data should tell you which demographics show the highest purchase intent for your product. Step 5, product prototyping and testing. Now you're down to the one product you're going to develop and actually market. It's time to work out the details. What would it look like? What features will it have? How will it function? These are some of the questions you should be able to answer at the end of your prototyping and testing stage. Step 6, positioning and packaging testing. Having a useful and appealing product is only half the battle. Now you must work out how you're going to present it to the world. This includes positioning, messaging, and packaging if it's needed, and consumer research plays an important role in this. Step 7, commercialization. This is where you'll push your product into production, using all the insights you've learned up to this point. You'll source suppliers, lock in distribution models, and balance the overall budget for your product development. Step 8, product launch. This is what you've been building up to. This is when you launch your fantastic new product into the market. You can also take this opportunity to pat yourself on the back. Step 9, track success. The hard work doesn't end when your product's out in the market. You'll want to find out how consumers are reacting to your product. From purchase numbers to satisfaction data, this is another perfect point to run some awesome consumer research. As with all forms of...
So this is all I think. Now you have followed the concept, the all 8 stages, the process, right? New product development stages, 8 stages. This particular speaker has clearly discussed here. Now this terminology all of you can recall. Let me take you back again to our slides, right? Before you come out with your doubts and queries, let me take you back to this process. Idea generation, right? If you can recall, we talked about idea generation. Idea screening is coming down, trickling down to one best idea, right? Which is going to click in the market, and this will be done based on the concept testing and business analysis. Okay. So I hope the things are clear. It's not very difficult. It's very simple. Even as a human being, we also keep on trying, developing something new. Maybe process. There can be change in process, right? Like take the example of your mother, right? They are always busy in the kitchen if they are homemaker, right? They are busy in kitchen trying to develop something new, which will roz wahi sabji roti kha ke we often get bored, right? So they are in the process. They are always trying to bring something innovative, so that you eat at home, you don't go and eat outside. Maybe your wife, if you are married, I know all of you are not married, maybe you may be having married, I'm saying your age do not permit that, but why I'm giving this example is this process is there. We are all part of it. We are all doing it. for something or other, right? We just want to bring out something new which will save time, which will save our money also. It can be anything like talking about your house kitchen, right? So it can be driving, taking the shortcut route, right? एक बहुत लंबा रूट पड़ रहा है जहाँ ट्रैफिक जाम है तो आप चेंज कर दोगे, मे बी इट्स रिलेटेड टू प्रोसेस नॉट द गुड्स, बट वी all as a human being are used to all this thing. So this concept you have to know as a BBA students. That's why I've discussed it, and this concept is very important from the point of view of PLC, product life cycle. So this is all for today. Thank you all of you once again, and I'll give you 2 minutes time. If you have doubts and queries, we'll discuss that, and in between I'll be just taking you to the MCQs. Let us find out whatever we have discussed right now, it is there in our MCQs, and whether we have followed it or not, right? In fact, I've given the answers, so let it be, doesn't matter. Let us take this. All of the following are accurate description of reason why new product failed, except which one? Why there is a failure? Although the market size was correctly estimated, the product idea itself was not good. So can you tell me? Yeah, this is the answer. Obviously, the actual product was not designed as well as it should have been. New product failed, except which one? Right? This is except which one? This will ultimately leads to product failure. The actual product was not designed. पहले product ही अच्छा नहीं बना तो कौन खरीदने वाला? The new product was highly priced, something related to 7P. The new product was advertised poorly, something related to promotion, right? So this one is not correct. Although the market size was correctly estimated, the product idea itself was not good. See, market size estimate अच्छा कर लिया आपने तो product, see this is a wrong option. Okay, are you following me? These are the correct thing which may lead to the product failure, because your pricing was not good, right? Your advertising was not good. Your product idea itself was, if you have estimated the market size properly, this statement itself is contradictory in nature. Okay, now let us move. New product development starts with what? This is idea generation. Just now we are seeing it, right? So why I want to go through these MCQs, the reason is we should be able to correlate whatever we have studied today, right? Always you have to think in mind, you have to keep in mind that new product development will always start with idea generation. This may be because of the needs and wants of the customers. It may be because somebody is interested in bringing out new product because he has already started working on it. He generated few ideas. Like most of the inventions, electricity is there, your bulb is there, electric bulb is there, even your television is there. Plenty of scientists, they kept on like invention of X-rays, right? Even for that matter, inventions of nuclear energy, right? Knowing how nuclear metals work, function, what are the molecules, how they operate. Major source of new product ideas includes what? Internal source using company R&D, yes, it is correct. Then creative approaches using both methods and madness approach. Maybe we have not seen this approach because it is not in the purview of our content, because it is something like one of the method where madness is what? You are crazy of inventing something new, right? Watching and listening to the customers, all of the above are the source of new idea generation. This is correct, right? Because it can be from anything, like new product development necessarily do not means only feedback from the customers, or necessarily do not mean only the wants and need, right? Both bar, World War II is a good example where machine guns were invented. In fact, it was not needed. It was meant only for fighting the World War II. But still, many inventions took place in World War II, including planes, high-tech planes, and all those things. Technology, most of the technology, modern technology, is a gift of these world wars, where it was a need and want at that point of time. Maybe the commercialized use was not there, but after the war ended, then the people started, the manufacturer, the person who has generated that idea started commercializing that product because it was already tested. They have already passed most of the stages in product development cycle, right? Product development process. Are you getting me what I am saying? समझ में आ रहा है कि मैं अब तक क्या बोल रहा हूँ? Because few examples, see, I want all of you to come out with this type of examples also. is very much needed. Marketing is incomplete if you are not able to quote an example. Theoretical concept nahi chahiye mujhe. Just remembering the concept is all useless when we talk about marketing. Marketing is all about quoting examples, discussing examples, coming out with new examples, related examples, and this is what is new product development. Change in the change in the process maybe. Okay. I hope the things are clear. Let us take one last MCQ. All of the following are accurate description of new product ideas. All of the following are, except एक कोई तो भी गलत है, right? So new product development starts with idea generation is true, very correct. Some companies use brainstorming exercise that expands people's mind and generate new ideas around the kind of problems. So brainstorming session, have you heard this word? What is brainstorming session? Can somebody tell me how is this technique used and how it is performed? See, let me tell you this. Brainstorming session is nothing new also, and it is not a high-tech thing also. Brainstorming session is something where you put a problem, and you discuss. There's a small group, maybe 5, 6, or maybe 7, 8, 10 people, and they discuss around that particular problem, that issue. That is nothing but brainstorming. They'll keep on discussing hours and hours, maybe few minutes also, depends on if they get the right solution, they may stop discussing. But there are brains involved. It's not only a single person who is thinking about it. There's a team which is working on that particular problem, and if they come out with a new idea, that is taken. If the idea fits goods to everybody, then that idea is taken as a new idea being generated, right? So this is also accepted. Accurate description. At the beginning of process, carefully scrutinize each idea and throw far-fetched and impractical ones. This is something related to earlier one only. जो जरूरत नहीं है, see, you may generate plenty of idea, but you have to trickle down only on one thing where you can concentrate more, right? Where you can focus all your energies on. So throw away impractical ideas. Customer must be careful not to rely too heavily on customers' input when developing a new product. Customers must be careful not to rely heavily. See, here I think option is maybe there is a typographical error. Typographic error. Here the organization must be careful, right? It should be organized. So this is correct, right? So here we end with the entire thing for all the 6 modules. I hope all of you followed this thing, right? In fact, if you had doubt in MCQs, you can get back to me again, right? But unless until you go through the study material, you are not going to follow this MCQs. That is for sure. This 1 hour lecture is not going to take care of the entire thing, because these are few of the MCQs which I have given. I have given links also to many of the MCQs where you can try those MCQs on your own and come out with your doubts and difficulties if you are not able to sort out of the particular option, if you are not able to answer that particular questions properly. Okay, so let us go again back. So here we end with today's session. I hope all of you are doing good, and again I wish all of you a happy new year, because this is the first session of our new year, that is 2022, and we'll meet again on coming Thursday and Friday, right? So those are going to be our 2 lectures followed by 1 last lectures, which will be somewhere around 13th or 14th. The schedule is already there with you. So next lecture we are going to discuss with the case studies. Now this may be again new to you. First half I am going to talk on what exactly are case studies, how to solve it from the marketing perspective, right? So case studies, they belongs to all domain, because problems are everywhere. There can be a general problem, there can be HRD problem, there can be IT related problem, and all these problems, case studies are all about solving the problems, finding out the problems, what exactly is the problem, and solving it. So few small case studies we'll be discussing, and let us meet on Thursday at the same time, 1 o'clock. Sorry, we have rescheduled, so we are going to meet at 12 noon. Okay, fine. Any doubt, any confusion? Okay then. So we'll call it a day for today, and meet you again. Bye. Take care. I'm going to stop sharing.